2019, this just hit.
Holy shit, folks.
Pedro in the studio.
Nick Cento.
In the studio. Noki in the studio.
Episode 29, man.
You crazy motherfuckers.
I hope you're ready.
Episode 29?
Yeah, I think so.
Well, here we go.
Welcome back, everybody.
Happy New Year! Alright, well, that's all the energy I have
that's
for
it.
that.
I think a 40-second podcast is pretty good.
Yeah.
Let's just end it right now.
I just feel bad coming into this low energy after being gone for 2 weeks.
It's all right, man. You know, the holidays take it out of you.
They really do.
I'm still kind of recovering from New Year's.
Are you?
Stayed up till
Did you go?
4 in the morning.
Yeah, that sounds
Jeez.
disgusting.
Drank 2 bottles of wine. I don't even know who I was at the end
I think I
of the
stayed
day.
up till 11.
Wow, you're a
Pretty
responsible
good.
adult.
When actually I fell asleep prior to that too. Like I fell asleep at like probably 9 o'clock. Then I woke up and then it was 10 o'clock or whatever I just said. And I was like, oh shit, like I can't drink for the next month. So I was like poured some bourbon, got a beer. I was like, might as well soak it in.
Nice.
But then I literally just fell asleep on the couch
Nice.
next to those things.
That's pretty funny, dude.
I know.
I know. I like looked at the clock and I was like 3:30 in the morning. I was like, oh fuck, I still have this glass of wine. And I was like, I shouldn't be drinking right now, because it's
Nah, it's a lot.
And I justified it by saying like, it's at the end of my night. This is still my night. It's still New Year's. Like at the end of this night, it's done. And then yesterday.
Yeah, I guess also, I don't know if we even I think we've kind of briefly talked about we're going to do this kind of challenge again for 30 days.
Right.
So basically, January 1st was the day we started. No drinking, no weed, and then no French fries.
No French fries.
Which I guess is by discretion if somebody catches you or not.
Do you want to tell them?
Yeah, sure. So I was picking up some CBD.
Because that's what we agreed on.
Yeah.
Pure CBD is the only thing that we're using.
We decided to walk before we run. Like we've done the 30 days no drinking before, which was difficult, but it was a great learning lesson. But I was still, eating a lot of edibles some of that time to kind of counteract that.
Yeah.
And so this time we're like, okay, let's go dry. And then we're like, even maybe no CBD. Then we're like, when it got closer, we're like, fuck, dude. Like, maybe we should be like, let's back off.
Pump the brakes.
Yeah, let's pump the brakes a little bit. So we decided like 2 days before, like, all right, we'll do CBD oil.
But only CBD.
But only CBD. Like, no ratios or anything.
No
just pure
THC, nothing, yeah.
So I picked a couple of cartridges up yesterday. And then Pete was like, oh, like, I'm fiending or whatever. I was like, oh, I can drop it off to you. It was like, it was a beautiful day. It's like, it was one of those days where, it's like, I love driving sometimes. There's some days where
was
just
beautiful,
like, you're just driving and it feels good. Like, you have all the patience in the world, the, music or podcasts you're listening to just...
Whatever.
Yeah, it just seemed right. So I was like, I'll drop it off to you. So...
I was at Chick-fil-A.
Which I didn't know that you're anti-LGBTQ.
What's that?
I was surprised. I didn't know you were anti-gay for supporting Chick-fil-A. I was surprised.
Bro, their chicken's so good. My views are a little twisted, but that chicken's so good.
So yeah, we went in there. Then this motherfucker over here.
I did not even think about it, bro. I was like,
you're the one who made the rule.
I know. But it's just like it's like instinct, It's
Right.
like, give me a number 2 with deluxe, the lettuce and tomato and shit.
Yeah.
And then no salt on my fries because I've been doing like a no salt thing. And
waffle fries are so good too. Those are the best.
And so then I was, I think I had like 2 fries before you showed up.
Yeah.
And you come up behind me and you're like, oh, I see you're eating some fries there. And I was like, holy shit, dude. Like, it did not even like...
It was funny because, like, it might have been because you stayed up till 4 that night before, or just, like your face actually did, like, kind of go, like, to a pale, like, you're like, oh, fuck. Like,
I was like,
you were
dude,
totally, like, you were so caught off, like, I legit knew that, like, you felt, like... You had no idea. You're just like,
I was like, holy shit, you're so right. And so I fucking put the French fries like at the other end of the table.
Yeah. That's funny.
And then I think you said like, oh, you've had a couple fries. That means I can drink tonight.
Yeah. Exactly. Man, so yesterday was the first day of like not drinking, probably for a long time for me. I really slipped back into those habits. And I don't know if it's, a seasonal depression in December where you drink more, that there's more family outings, maybe it's colder so you drink a little bit more. Maybe it's just a little accumulation of everything.
Yeah.
But I definitely felt like I was slipping back into those habits, especially after, well, I'll get back into this, like after my trip during Christmas, like, I mean, we went hard then too, and then when I got back, it was like a week, and I'm like, oh, I might as well kind of keep on riding the wave, I'm gonna take a month off.
Yeah.
But even just from taking this one, I was like, I felt so, like, I haven't slept like that, and I have no idea.
Yeah.
Like, just sleeping, and just my body feels so less stressed, just because, like, your gut health of, like, your being like, even if it's a couple drinks, like, your body really doesn't respond well to it.
No,
You know what I mean?
No. I'm still recovering, literally.
Are you? Yeah. You seem a little out of it.
Yeah. No, for sure. And it's, I don't know, I think we justify it to ourselves like, oh, well, I'm going to take a month off, I'm going to continue this, said ride the wave or whatever. Just because you're like, oh, well, next month I'm not going to drink at all,
Yeah.
And it is healthy that, you set that self-discipline and with weed, with alcohol, with whatever your vice is,
Yeah. It's like exercising anything.
Every once in a while.
Yeah. Exercise well, I think too what you catch is, even from the one day off, just like we're 2 days in right now. But you see these little like social ticks that like the little tricks that the world kind of plants on you to like want to drink, or maybe I just see what my triggers are, where if you see it in a movie, or you see a bar, or you see this restaurant, you see this food and something pairs well with a beer, like,
right. It's
like, it's so socially normal too to kind of abuse it.
It is.
That you get used to, oh, well, everybody's doing it, or it's just I don't know.
It's that common, it's a drug. Okay?
Yes.
But it's so socially acceptable, nobody looks down on it.
Mm-hmm.
Which is part of the problem.
Right. Exactly. That was like when yesterday I was at my parents' for New Year's Day, and I was talking to my dad, and I was like, oh yeah, we're not drinking for the month. He's like, oh, cool. And I'm not smoking weed. And he's like, yeah, that's awesome. I'm like, and that's kind of what a lot of society would be like, because like weed is the hard or the dangerous part of that equation, where it's like, that's what's so funny about it, because it's not as socially accepted.
Right.
But like, for me, like, if I had a kid, or like even for friends, like, I'd rather see somebody struggle with like a weed addiction than alcohol. I mean, that is a way darker road, for sure.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Yeah.
Man. So, did you see the fucking GoFundMe to build the wall?
Yeah, they raised quite a bit.
They have.
Yeah.
Which I think portrays, or it shows more Trump supporters than the media actually.
Mm-hmm. It's crazy the government's still shut down. We were talking about that a little bit last episode, I think, where it's like, all right, just, you think Christmas like breaks extended, like, whatever. You know what's interesting about all that, though, that I heard the other day, which I had to, like, double check, because it was actually super surprising to me, because Trump gets so much flack for deportation, building the wall and all that. When Obama was actually deported more people annually than any other president ever. And he actually had the highest number ever in 1 year. And people in the top chain would call him the deporter-in-chief. But it's so, literally, he's like doubling what Trump was doing.
But I think he like flew under the radar.
Right.
Yeah.
He was so good at that.
He was.
Like with drone strikes, killed more innocent people with and yes, because technology is different at this point, but it is, and I for the most part too, I liked Obama. I thought at least he carried himself well. Yeah. But now the more and more I kind of see it, the whole system's been so fucked up for so long that
it's the same guy.
Yeah, exactly. He just was better at speaking. You know what I mean?
He's intellectual.
Yeah. Yeah, but still was pulling the wool over our eyelids.
Oh no, for sure. Which is their job. Mm-hmm. And there's another GoFundMe for ladders to get over the wall.
Oh,
Did
really?
you see that?
No.
Which has also raised quite a bit amount of money.
Really?
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
It's so funny, man.
That whole project is so insane, though. Like, how much money would that take?
What are they saying?
How long would that take?
A while, man.
And just what's so funny about that too is where you say like, okay, we raise. I don't even know. Was it like 5 million or is it like 70 million or something?
I don't even know.
I don't know either. But
out of the news.
Yeah, me too. For that much money, like that could go into healthcare or any other, Flint, Michigan's water, California fires, New Orleans still destroyed from Katrina. Like, we could fix a lot of problems rather than just building a barricade around our fucking perimeters.
Yeah.
I don't
No,
know.
for sure, man.
Who knows?
Who knows?
How was your Christmas? We'll go back.
It was good, man.
Yeah.
It was good. Spent it with the family. Technically, we have two. Go over to Rachel's parents and then go to my parents.
Ooh, double Christmas.
Double Christmas, yeah. It was fun. I didn't really ask for anything. Ooh, careful there.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Didn't ask for anything.
Yeah.
Got it. Everything I wanted. I wanted some wireless headphones, and I got those.
Right. Like a month ago.
Yeah. We exchanged. Rachel and I exchanged birthday gifts or Christmas gifts earlier.
Yeah, Jesus' birthday.
Jesus' birthday gifts. Yeah.
I went to the magical world of Disney. The Disney World.
I was gonna say, how was your trip?
The Disney
That's
World
what you did
pressure.
over.
Okay, so yeah, I left for a week. It's a huge place. I don't know if you've been to Disney World or listened.
I've been to the poor land. I've been to the Disneyland.
Oh yeah,
I've never been to
the poor Disney.
Yeah.
The food stamp Disney.
EBT.
Yeah, it's a huge park. Like Universal Studios, actually for me is my favorite out of all those, just 'cause they have better rides. But the whole park and what accumulation of people, man! I mean, those parks are all pretty much maxing out at around the holidays. So there's like close to 50,000 people, which
Holy
is
shit.
way too many people.
Yeah.
But my cousin, a week prior, sprained his ankle, so he was in a wheelchair, and then he would get like those electronic ones. So like we didn't wait in lines at all.
Oh, you got the front of the line pass.
Yeah, without having to pay for the Fast Pass. And
Yeah,
also, some Fast Pass lanes don't even have a route for wheelchairs. So we would take these side elevators and go through all these weird behind the stage things.
Get
Like,
the fuck
yeah, so
out.
people were waiting like 2.5 hours, and we're like 20 minutes. I think was the longest that we waited. And any of
You
those,
fucking lucky bastard.
no, seriously, because that would have driven me crazy to wait in those
That's
lines.
the worst, bro. The worst is waiting in those lines.
And the best is Santa Claus like delivered a package to the Airbnb prior, which was a couple cartridges and like almost 600 milligrams of edibles.
Weed Claus.
Yeah, weed claws.
Weed claws.
He just knew where we were. I don't know what happened.
He follows the.
And that was probably the best part, because like eating some Rice Krispie treat before like going to any of those parks was just so much fucking fun.
funny.
And that's the beautiful thing too, where it's like when I was eating edibles so often all the time, where you kind of like I don't know if I feel it that much anymore.
Well, you build the tolerance,
Yeah, or it
for
becomes
sure.
normal. And then since I wasn't doing it for a while, I just I love how giggly and
Yeah.
silly that this shit gets me. I'm just like, it was so much fun, dude.
I
And
think
yeah.
Go ahead.
Well, that part of my family is just my favorite. So that aunt, uncle, and those two cousins, is a boy and a girl, are both like the best people in the world.
Right on.
And my younger cousin, she worked at Disney World for like close to a year.
Did they live out there?
They lived in Illinois.
Okay.
So she worked out there, so she knew the parks super well too. So like I didn't have to fucking be aware or anything. I mean, I was just would be
You were
high.
being guided.
Yeah, I was guided and
Yeah.
just getting drinks, because I didn't know. I also wasn't aware that like how much alcohol is now in all those places.
I think Disneyland doesn't carry alcohol, but
Just in maybe like California
Adventure does,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah. So there, it's like it's everywhere. And I'm just like, this is amazing.
Nice.
And it wasn't like baseball stadium prices or anything either. It was like regular prices. So I was like,
okay. I can do that.
yeah. And then fucking way back to the real world. The next day, like jet lag. I got in like at close to midnight. Got home like 1-ish or something. Back at work at 7, and just same holiday stress work. And I was like. It's nice because, vacation's always nice, but I don't know if it's I'm a homebody or like an introvert or what the ratio of that is, but just like I need time to like unwind, which is why this couple days has been nice to finally like
Chill, relax.
yeah.
Yeah, I think after any vacation, you have to plan on like 1 or 2 days afterwards.
I think even 2. I used to always say 1, but I think 2 days is really. I mean,
just to fully recover.
Yeah.
And mentally prepare for.
mental
week.
and especially Disney like is a physical thing.
Oh, yeah,
you're
I'm
going
sure
like
you're
20,000 steps a day. You know what I mean? And the best part of that trip too, like Airbnbs are the best. And my aunt and uncle got this badass one that was like 6 bedrooms, 6 baths. So like we all had our own kind of space,
Nice.
which was sweet.
You weren't sharing a twin bed with
Exactly.
your cousin,
Exactly. Well, he was still asleep in my bed with me just to cuddle and watch
okay.
TV and
So
stuff.
there was an extra room.
Yeah, it was just exactly. But one of my favorite moments I think I sent you that picture too. It was like everybody going to church on Christmas morning and shit. And I was just there alone because I'm going to church. And I went in the hot tub.
Oh yeah.
Had the pen. Like listening to a Rogan podcast. I was like, this is my fucking church. Like it was amazing. I was like, this is living.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Those little.
What was
moments.
the temp out there like?
It was amazing, actually. So it was like, since this is a weather podcast, I'm glad you brought that up.
Yeah, no, we always try to sneak it in there.
Like Florida weather is so fucking crazy. It's as bipolar as like a pill addict in Florida.
Okay.
Like the mood.
Well, that's where
swings
they
and
originate.
everything.
All pill addicts originate from Florida.
100%,
Yeah,
dude.
no,
100%.
There's so many crazies down
Fuck yeah, dude. But it was like 78 degrees. Like 78, 80, no humidity. It was amazing.
Nice.
It was like we lucked out because you can have tropical storms, you can have terrible swamp ass humidity,
Right.
All that kind of shit, dude.
So it was nice, huh?
Oh, it was so good.
How about here? We're a bit colder
It's
than
fucking freezing. It
We're
was
a bit
31
cold.
degrees on my run this morning, dude. It was crazy.
we're a bit colder than a lot of places with a whole bunch of snow and shit.
I know, dude.
That's what. See, we get the worst of winters and the worst of summers.
That's true.
It's like we're bipolar.
Is there anything good? I kind of like it. I don't know.
I like it. You stay inside during
It's
the
nice to complain
summers
about,
and-
but
isn't it?
you know the other thing from like vacation I learned that like kind of like I miss too though is like all these things that we talk about on this show of trying to regulate like health, exercise, spending time with people, working towards things. Like I really genuinely like missed like podcasting and writing music, and I mean I was doing yoga in the morning but pretty quick sessions, and I was hungover a lot. Like you know eating choices usually aren't as strong on vacation because they're not. And to be honest with you too, it's one thing you notice as you travel, especially the East Coast, Midwest, that their eating habits are still haven't caught up to the West Coast.
Oh, really?
Like we eat pretty clean here compared to like when you start going over there, like you can't find healthier food. Like, and then even if you're going to a restaurant and you get a salad, like it's a really shitty salad.
It's like 3-day-old romaine and shit.
Yeah, and just the ingredient, you know, it's like going to like Chili's and getting a salad where it's like
Gotcha.
3,000 calories. Back to Chili. Shout out.
Shout out Chili.
But you know what I mean? It's like you're not really making a better choice from doing, because it's like, you know, there's like a chicken tender on top of it and shit like that.
Buffalo chicken tender.
Right,
Yeah.
which still probably is better than a lot of things that you can eat, but like that compared to what the other options are in those.
Would
kind
you
of
ask them
places.
like, do you guys grill chicken? And they
Right?
just
Can
look
you
at you all
right? They're
funny,
like, look at this motherfucker
what
over
the
here.
fuck? You're so progressive.
Yeah, so woke. But yeah, it's funny. Like you really realize, like especially Arizona, like we have a lot of good eating options here. Of like,
We have a good variety of unhealthy to healthy.
well, there's always gonna be unhealthy things, but if you're looking at like fast food nation, fast food culture, and shit like that, like you go out to like Florida or like Midwest and stuff like that, it's like. I mean, yeah, like you said, it's here too. Obviously, you can always find it. It's fucking everywhere. But I don't know. I missed all this. I missed the grind. I didn't feel like, you know, you sit in like excess. Is that the right word? Where you're just enjoying and taking things in, but you're not like working towards anything. It's like all this easy gratification or easy success of like dopamine and serotonin, where you're like the risk reward. Maybe that isn't the right like counterbalance, but like the work to the payoff.
Gotcha.
You realize when you're like putting time into music and you get a song, or if you're putting time into a workout, what your numbers get after that, or podcasting, and you feel better about things we're talking about or that we take away and put into our lives. It's like there's a lot more of a greater sense of accomplishment from that. And I feel like even after this 2 weeks, I was really missing that from my life, and I feel like it kind of sours on me a little bit, where I just feel like I'm clogging back into like normal existence of people just kind of like waking up, going to work,
Not trying.
drinking, eating, just being like, well, fuck it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, for sure.
I don't know
I
if
get
you
that.
fell into that over the holidays too. I think it's kind of easy to a little bit.
I think I did. I'd, have that extra slice of pizza, I think is what you're trying to
Right.
kind of get at, not really trying. Like, I did some writing, but at the same time, you're like, it's the fucking holidays. I'm going to go ahead and spend some time with the family. Or you find any little excuse to kind of not better yourself.
Yeah.
In a sense.
Well, I think too what you realize is how much time it takes up of your day. It's like from the holidays, you have all these, you see this family here, got to have this dinner here, this, you got to meet and do this, or you got to go shopping, or
Right.
And then you realize, like, oh, my yoga is, 30 minutes. I got to work out 45 minutes. I need to write for at least 15 minutes. I need to read. I need to, like, and you start calculating that time, it's really easy to throw that monkey wrench in there and really fucking shake things up and be like,
it is.
fuck, what parts are important, what parts aren't important.
Yeah.
And as soon as you start slacking on other shit,
It just snowballs.
other stuff starts falling by the wayside. You're like, well, I'm on vacation, or, well, it's Christmas. I don't know.
No. I understand. And I think, partially not drinking and not smoking and this 30-day challenge that we're doing is, I think, definitely going to help me for sure.
Mm-hmm.
I was going to ask you today, like, do you have anything that you're going to sub your no weed, no drinking? Like, what are you going to substitute?
I'm sure something will happen. I know last time when we were just not drinking, I was still smoking, so that was, I guess, my substitute. But I still wasn't, like, eating worse or doing anything like that. But yesterday I was like, I knew I was going to be craving sugar since how much sugar is in alcohol. So, like, I got, like, some craft root beer and some, like, dark chocolate pretzel things, which is something I never do. Like, it's been probably over a year or two since I've, like, done that kind of thing.
Gotcha.
But it was kind of in the state of mind of being like, this is the first day, maybe for the first couple days, kind of being like, all right, ease into it rather than, because it's really hard to jump down from, if you're consuming 2,000 to 3,000 calories, because think about it, if you're drinking, you're consuming an extra 1,000 calories. Like, I can't really go down and then go to a ketogenic diet the next day.
Yeah.
You could.
Send your body.
Sure, you could. yeah, right. Or just, it's like, I'm a crazy person, but I'm not like, I don't know, trying to kill myself on being like, you gotta be fucking, whatever, like some superhuman. Like, right. I'm not gonna only human at the end of the day, too. I'm a piece of shit,
We all are.
Yeah, exactly.
That's funny, man.
Yeah, but I'm excited to see what we'll take away this time. It'll be interesting to see now that we're not smoking too, what we'll see.
No THC.
Yeah, what we'll see as the side effects of what kind of growth or discipline. Yeah. I'm just ready to kind of program my brain to being like, don't fall into these triggers so easily. Yeah. Because like I said, like even last night we were texting and it was like 5 or 6 o'clock and I was like, God damn, like I thought it was gonna be easy, but like I really want to drink now. Mm-hmm. But then by like 9 or 10 o'clock when I was like just kind of relaxing, I was like, actually, I'm glad I didn't drink. Like I feel good. Like my body feels good. My mind feels good.
Right.
I'm gonna go to bed a little bit earlier, listen to a podcast, which I'll actually remember and like maybe take things away from it rather than just being fucking scatterbrained,
Yeah. I went golfing yesterday, and
nice.
I was with cousins and my brother and my dad, and they were all drinking, and I'm just like sitting out there, and that's what we used to do. I used to say you go golfing to drink.
Yeah,
like that's all golfing is, and you just whack a ball,
Yeah.
And yesterday I was like, man, a Coors Light or one of those little White Claws that my brother had. They sound so
I've heard
good.
those a lot recently, but
They're pretty good, man.
So is it a wine cooler?
Essentially,
okay.
I think that's what it is.
So it's like a sparkling flavored wine.
It's hard cider, or no, hard seltzer water, I guess you would say.
Oh, so it's not like winey. It's
no,
interesting. So it's like a LaCroix with alcohol in it?
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Huh.
They're pretty good.
What flavors? Like what?
They got some raspberry, some lime.
What's your favorite?
Grapefruit.
Oh, that sounds good.
Yeah, it is really good.
Go get some.
You want to go get some?
Let's break this together.
2 days in.
Well, that's why I love this challenge, though. Like, I would feel like such a fucking failure to fall in now.
Because you have,
this platform and you
hold you accountable for.
Right.
No, and I'm the same way.
Because the last couple of years, like, I mean, before... I was trying to do dry January, and I would make it 7 days, 10 days, I think the longest I did one day was like 12 days.
And you're just like,
And then I was like, fuck it. Like I had family in town or something like that. I was like, okay. And then you say,
it's
like,
those little
this one-
excuses, man,
Right.
that we give ourselves.
But it's
and we like find those to, you wiggle out of it.
For
It's
sure.
like, oh, that's, it's fine. It's one glass of wine.
Yeah.
Or whatever. But it's the self-discipline that you have to really, put on yourself.
I think you also have to realize what the voice in your head is and who you are. Because not all your thoughts are who you are.
Right.
Just the ones that you grab and say, this is what I am. This is who I am. Like I heard this thing and it was like, if the voice inside of your head is you, then who's the one listening to the voice?
Ah.
And I was like, I don't know. I was like, that's interesting.
Bandersnatch
Yeah.
on Netflix, dude.
I can't wait to watch that.
Dude, that night, I think I went through one ending
Uh-huh.
of the movie.
Yeah.
And that night I was having some trouble falling asleep because it
Fucked with you?
it fucked with me,
Nice. I
man.
can't wait to watch it.
It's pretty interesting. I won't give anything
Yeah.
away because you haven't watched.
Yeah, I
it,
was surprised that the Apple TVs didn't work with them. Maybe it's like because they're old versions or something.
I have no idea.
The one thing I watched that's kind of been all over the place is Bird Box.
Oh, that was good.
That was a good movie.
That was a really good
I
movie.
really enjoyed that one.
It kind of reminded me of The Quiet Place.
Yeah, I could see
A
that.
similar concept, just different
Yeah.
sense. You lose instead of being able to talk.
The memes behind that were so funny. 'Cause
Oh
I
my
remember
God.
like they were everywhere, and I was like, "What is this thing?" And then I realized later because Netflix will change the movie titles.
Yeah,
and I
yeah.
saw one. I was like, "Oh, that's from that movie."
Right.
Then there's like. There's so many
A
fucking
ton of
memes.
memes, yeah.
And there's that one that's like trying to figure out what Bird Box is about without actually watching the movie.
Yeah.
I was like, that's so funny.
There's one that was like this guy peeking over under the blindfold, and it says, "My dumbass," when somebody says there's a dog, and I'm just like, trying to peek at the dog, like, oh shit. Or there's a Mexican one where there's a kid with a blindfold on trying to hit a piñata, and he's like, "Bring it on, motherfucker! I've been practicing for years."
I like the one where there's guys like rolling a joint with it on. He's like just practicing just in case.
Oh, just in case. That's funny.
But so I guess outside of the meme culture of it, like getting into the movie, did you like see any like social commentary on that? Did you pull anything away from it, or did you just see it as a good like survival movie of the world kind of ending and people not being able to survive without seeing this darkness? I guess.
It's been like a couple weeks since I watched it. So,
Oh.
and I remember I correlated some metaphors into like real life,
Yeah.
but
A lot of mine would, I don't know, I mean, I was just like thinking about it too much. I was seeing a lot of like this consumerism thing of like your eyes being this metaphor of the things that you consume and the things that you're watching or seeing happen, like the darkness, and then how that is going to come into you and like kind of change your brain activity in some way.
That's
where it's like, you see the world, then you see the chaos, and if you stare at the chaos long enough, you start becoming part of the chaos. Or the darkness, and it's all around us, and we're being so oversaturated with the darkness and the wars and stuff that I felt like that was the thing of like trying to stay away from, trying to shield yourself from that.
Right.
Because like when he was telling that one story to his kids about like climbing trees, like playing with kids, and like this old kind of memory of like how life used to be, of like this togetherness
Right.
and closeness that's been detached now because of this overwhelming sense.
yeah, like
of-
the little girl's like, "There's other kids, like
Right.
there's other children." Like,
Yeah.
damn, dude.
But obviously, I mean, you've probably watched it or not watched it by this point because you want to or not, because it's been a fucking long
Yeah.
time. But I find like I'm behind on so many things. Definitely the Black. I can't believe I haven't watched Black Mirror because that's my favorite
so
show.
good.
I was disappointed to learn that wasn't the 5th season.
I know. I definitely mistaked it because I'd send you a text. I was like, "Yo, 5th season coming out the 28th."
It's okay. There was like that little lie that made me so happy for that week that I really needed that.
Yeah.
Or else it would. It's like lying to a little kid.
That's so
I was
funny.
like, yeah, it's gonna be okay.
Yeah.
Back to like, I'll go. Like, this is kind of a weird transition, but like back because I guess since we're kicking off this month of like not drinking and like. I think like
We
pulling
sober.
myself back from like the seasonal depression. Like I've been really analyzing what drinking was or what drinking does or why, and it's, I think a lot of, we make the holiday excuses or this, But I think a lot of it is I'm really trying to separate myself from reality and trying to put on blinders because you're so bogged down by the chaos and fucking everything, you know what I mean? But and it gets frustrating too because you get so addicted to it or used to that, but then you stop consuming things and actually like processing things correctly. Like you can't even watch a movie and take away something like I would from Bird Box. You just kind of like watch it like as entertainment till to kind of be like drooling at the TV.
You veg out for a while.
Yeah, and that was the easy way to kind of de-stress myself.
Yeah.
And I made this like correlation near the end of like when because after vacation, going hard for probably a couple months leading up to that, where it was like slowly getting worse and worse and worse, which I was really drinking way too much. And like you start feeling it in your gut, and like we've talked a little bit about like the biome and how much that like correlates with your happiness. It's like it's the chemist cooking up the chemical in your and I was like it's so simple and it makes so much fucking sense where it's like you're putting stress on a part of your body and it's working double time. It's uncomfortable. So automatically you're going to be stressed out. Like your brain's going to be anxious. You're going to be uneasy because like your body doesn't feel good. You know,
for sure. It makes sense, man.
And it's so connected and it's crazy. You know, drinking is my big thing for that. But then you look at like, okay, go back to Disney World and you look at the gluttony there. And like, it's kind of disgusting. It's really disgusting to see like, well, I'm trying to be like, look at all these fat people. But like it's so normalized. Like, and I was making a joke to my cousin because we'd have to get there super early before the parks open to get those chairs before they sold out because of how many people are in those, and not because of medical conditions, because they're overweight. And then I made a joke. I'm like, in like 10 years, dude, it's gonna switch. There's gonna be more handicapped people at Disney World than able walking people. Yeah. And like I made it as a joke,
WALL-E.
But it's not a joke. Like it's crazy that it's like getting to this point. And then you even see those people that are struggling. Like did I talk about this? I think a couple of weeks ago, or like I was leaving the gym one time and I saw a lady like struggling to get up her stairs, like two arms, but she's also like clutching onto a McDonald's bag. Yeah. And you're like, fuck, dude, like that's addiction, but we don't see that as addiction, or like you don't see that like as unhealthy.
Because you can't fat shame, bro. You know, it's wrong, and you're an asshole if you do it.
Right.
But it works.
But it just
it should win.
Yeah. But then you see that, then you see their unhappiness, and because their gut health is completely out of whack, so they're unhappy, they're uneasy, they're anxious, and you see all these problems with that because we all have our own vices and we don't discipline ourselves enough to be uncomfortable. No. Like I posted this thing on Facebook, I think you saw it, and it was like, your comfort zone will kill you.
No, for sure.
And it's so fucking true. Like, and I was like, that's your comfort zone will, like you really have to pull yourself out of that comfort zone. Not only to survive, but to really prosper and feel good.
To take a good look at yourself.
To actually feel a real amount of joy. Like not drinking whiskey to feel like you're happy or relaxed. Not eating a cheeseburger with fries. Like feeling I'm comfortable now. Now
don't
I can
say that word.
Yeah, right. Now I can relax. Now I feel good. Like this is my treat. Like there's other treats out there. Like you just need to retrain yourself to figure out what it is.
No.
And the thought, this is easy to say of sobriety, one day in, but I could definitely see myself in the future moving closer and closer to a sober life. Idealistically, I'd like to see that, but the hard part is when you see the holidays or this, but is that
those
the
are the
exceptions?
triggers.
Is
those
that
are
the triggers?
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden you're drinking for 2 months in a row after that. So I don't know. It's one of those things, man. I guess you start small and see what happens from there, and hopefully, like you said, if you're training yourself in discipline, your discipline's only going to get stronger and stronger because the more you do something, the better you're going to get at it.
Yeah, practice.
So, we'll see, man.
Yeah, for sure. Got any New Year's resolutions?
I hate New Year's resolutions.
Just like you hate Christmas?
Well, just I hate everything. I hate people. Love you, though, no people. The one thing, though, I did kind of take away, and I'm not going to call it a New Year's resolution because it's one of those things that I just was all right, now it's time to do it. It just happens to be the first or the second, which I really need to figure out how to control my stress levels better. that's now what's funny is I've been thinking about this and like how I've been so stressed out for the last like 2 months or whatever, but then turning it back on myself because like having conversations with my sister, you know, close family, and they're like, well, maybe I'm thinking about seeing therapy or like going back on antidepressants, and I'm like, no, I'm not gonna do that because if I just look inside quick enough to say, what am I doing? I'm drinking every single night or like not making the best choices.
Yeah.
I'm self-inflicting the stress or depression on myself. So I'm taking a shortcut to counteract that. You know what I mean? We're all so quick to just say, like, what's the quick, easy fix without looking inside.
Let's patch it up and not necessarily solve the problem.
Right. And so, you know, the more you talk about that, you're like, well, sometimes you'll have these conversations with people about being depressed or stressed out, and you always kind of hide your card under your sleeve. Like, you hide the little thing that you know. Do you ever feel like that? Like that you know this is your bad part? Like, you know this is the thing that I should tell them? Like, I think I'm stressed out because I'm drinking, you know, 3 weeks in a row or whatever, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or if you kind of like take that back, you're like, well, it's these people, it's this job, it's this place I live, it's my friends, it's my band, it's this, like, you know, it's like all these things that are stressing you out in this weird way, but it's like, is it that what it is, or?
No, I understand. I kind of get where you're coming from.
Modest Mouse is a great line on like one of their old albums when he's like, I blame this place, my friends, my job, but the truth is it's myself.
Yeah.
I remember hearing that like 10 years ago and being like not even really connecting at myself on an interpersonal level at that point, but being like, you always do blame other things beside yourself, you know?
It's easier.
It is definitely easier.
Yeah, because you don't want to take a look at yourself.
No,
you know?
no.
It's
I definitely
hard.
don't want to look at myself. I'm sad that you have to look at me this whole podcast.
What is this, 30 minutes? No, let's cut it out. I'm done. No.
We'll start getting mirrors in front of each other.
Yeah. That'd be even weirder.
Like little office cubicles.
Yeah. You're on that side, I'm on this side.
That'd be a dope setup.
Kind of, but not really. You're pretty, man. You got a good looking face.
Then when we say something serious, you like do that stand up in a cubicle, like, hey, have you ever worked in a cubicle before?
No, thank God.
Really?
I don't think I could sit in front of a computer for that long, man.
Yeah.
I'd blow my brains out.
Really?
Yeah.
I kind of, times I've done it, I've kind of enjoyed it.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, I've always had labor, like general labor jobs.
Uh-huh.
In a sense. I've never sat down in front of a computer for a job.
Yeah.
So I guess I'm being biased.
What
Like,
about your solo cam videos? I mean, that's technically you're sitting in front of a camera.
Yeah, but it's different, you know.
Yeah.
You see the money coming in. So.
You do definitely see that money coming in.
Yeah. But I guess I've never tried, so
Yeah.
I'm just being biased, saying like because I wouldn't want to be sitting down at a desk for 8 hours.
Well,
a day.
get a stand-up desk. Those are in right now, bro.
Or stand up.
Or stand up.
I don't want to do that either.
I don't really want to do anything, to be honest.
I don't want to stop going to church. Just kneeling, standing, sitting. Like, I don't want to do
Did
it.
you go to church? You go to church on
I
Christmas?
used to.
Yeah.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, there's a lot of standing and kneeling. Feels like a lot of conditioning for the young kids.
For the altar boys.
Hey, I actually saw this. In Illinois, there's actually 690 open accusations against priests. Can you guess what religion?
Buddhist. No? Hold on. Give me another try. Presbyterian.
You got it.
Ah, God, I knew it.
I know,
Fucking Catholics.
I know. The Catholic cover-up. Yeah, I think like 160 cases have been prosecuted so far, but it's like such a slow process against them. But like every week, you just see it, but you don't see that kind of. You know what I saw, which is this is okay. So we go into like end of. Is this a good transition? I don't know. Like you go into like end of the year lists. Have any like end of the year favorite things or anything?
Well, as far as
I don't know anything. What was your favorite part of this year?
my favorite part of this year was starting this, dude. Starting
Yeah.
this platform. You know,
Yeah, man.
having somebody to actually listen and talk bullshit back and forth.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's definitely made me grow better as a person.
Yeah.
And I don't want to sound douchey or whatever, but
Too late.
it has.
I mean, we're 29 episodes in.
Yeah.
It's the douche and the douches.
That's what this podcast should
douche
be
and the
about.
douches.
Can I be the douches?
The Dutchness? Is Duchess the word? The
Duchess is like, you know,
Queen?
yeah,
Dutch and the
somewhere.
Duchess?
Yeah.
Douche and the douche.
No, but seriously, it's like you this has definitely helped me, you know, become a better writer, become be more in tune with myself, I guess you
Yeah.
would say.
I'm excited to see where this shit's gonna go this year. Like to keep on, because I don't see any like. I mean, I don't know about you. I don't see any sign of stopping or even slowing down a little bit. Like I'm excited to just keep on fucking hitting the ground and running with it, man. And
No, for sure.
I'm excited to keep on watching the growth, the people interacting with
Yeah.
us getting better as communicators.
The long list of emails that we've gotten so
It's crazy.
far.
I
Thank
can't
you,
keep
guys.
up.
And it's like, I don't know. It's just we were talking about this before we were on the air here, but
We're on the air.
we took Christmas week off, right? And and you notice like the fluctuation in numbers
Yeah.
of visitors or listeners or whatever. And I was thinking personally, maybe we shouldn't take any weeks off. Who cares if it's the holidays?
Right.
If it's Christmas morning, we're doing this.
Yeah.
Like, hey, we're doing this because
sure.
it's part of that grind. It's part of that self-discipline.
Yeah.
It's part of forcing yourself to get out of your comfort zone and explore new opportunities, I guess you would say.
I would definitely say in terms of planning, if that was to happen again, sandbagging an extra episode
Yeah.
to release on
Right.
that day for sure.
And
'Cause I
don't use
agree.
racial terms, okay? Sandbagging's not nice.
What is that? Actually,
know.
Is that an Urban Dictionary thing?
I don't know.
Let's do our first little search today. Of I didn't even open Safari. Like that's just how far behind we are on the technology. I want to know what sandbagging is on Urban Dictionary. It's got to be something sexual, right?
It sounds racial.
I just feel like it's been too long since we've had a good sexual thing on the show, and I don't want to lose our edge. You know what I mean?
That's it. I mean, that's the rock hard solid part of this show is the sexual innuendos.
All right.
Sandbagging. It sounds a little to deliberately perform at a lower level than you are capable of.
That's not even good. Okay, here they go. When a player in any game chooses on purpose to not play their best, wow, there's nothing sexual. What is happening?
Why did you think that was going to be sexual, though?
I don't know, man.
Sandbagging?
Look how many different sandbagging. No, what a world we live in. Anyways,
Well, sandbagging's when we don't do our best. So you want to sandbag an episode?
that's true. So what would be the right phrase?
You keep a card up your sleeve?
No, that's weird.
You keep a card up your sleeve?
Keep a yeah.
What's that?
I swear it's sand. Like, what is it when you keep? God, I don't know, man.
We obviously just found out what sandbagging is. It's not that.
Well, can you really trust Urban Dictionary for all of your facts?
You're right. What about what's that? The main website.
I wish I had like a thesaurus.
Thesaurus.
Remember those like huge
sounds like an elephant,
collections that are like those 30 books that were
Like encyclopedias and
yeah.
We're
so smart.
Welcome to 2019, folks.
Like,
where our vocabulary
it's like
has
all-
gone down the fucking hill.
All those old shows like Figure It Out or like I don't know, like Double Dare and stuff like that. Like that would always be like a prize that you'd win. Like you'd win this like monster collection of like they're like sweet. Do you think any of those people ever read any of those?
No,
things?
absolutely
no
not.
way.
They probably sold them.
Yeah.
That's what I'd have done.
You know what game we played? My cousin brought in Florida. I've seen it a lot of times. It's called What Do You Meme?
Okay. Yeah,
That-
I've seen it around.
That is
I've
the
never played it.
funniest fucking game.
It's the similar
Holy
concept
shit.
against Cards Against Humanity,
Yeah,
right? Or
but like Cards Against Humanity is so like 2010. It's like it's still kind of fun, but it's kind of like
You buy the thing with that one is though you have to buy the packages.
For sure,
you have to like
keep it
have
fresh.
because
Yeah.
if you're playing with the same 4 people every 2 weeks
And-
on your family game night,
Yeah.
it's gonna be like, well, Richard won this one last week.
exactly, and that'd be the same thing for this game as well.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, because it's a similar concept.
right.
What do you mean?
I know we kept on singing that too. But this one has an adult set of cards with
Ooh.
it that are so fucking ridiculous that is like so on brand with Who Do You Think You Are?
Uh-huh.
But it's a hilarious game. If like anybody ever have an opportunity to like buy it if it's cheap or see people that want to play it and like you want to go to a friend's house and like laugh your fucking dick or vagina off. Mm-hmm. Or if you want to keep them, if you want to keep them intact, if you want to keep your genitals intact too, I don't blame you. But also being 2019, who knows? And who
Yeah.
knows after 30 days too?
Yeah, I mean, I might start my transition,
That'd be cool.
right?
I'm getting over this. I don't know if I can joke about that either.
Why? Why not, man? It's self-afflicting, okay?
Getting over the winter sickness.
Yeah, dude. Everybody fucking had it.
I know.
It's just bullshit.
Yeah.
Sorry. Pardon my sniffles.
Anyways, so the end of the year list, it wasn't actually.
Yeah, what was
it wasn't
the
supposed
best-
to be a question. It just like it kind of came up, so I was like, oh, I'm gonna just ask.
What
you.
was the best
But
part of the year for you?
Me? This was definitely up there. Mm-hmm. This, I mean, between this and my band, I mean, those are my two.
Yeah, your band got...
Yeah, we did we released an EP, did a little member change, which was cool, and we just basically finished writing our next EP that we're hoping to record really soon.
Damn, doggy.
We did that Apache Lake thing, which was
a lot of...
so dope, dude.
Yeah.
And it's funny too, because I was thinking about this, is, you know, like looking back on even like Apache Lake, for example, and during that time I felt like so stressed out and just kind of like overworked, and just like that grind was like I just felt like it was getting me down, you know. Mm-hmm. But then you look back on it, you're like, that was so much fucking fun, like that was amazing, like it's so cool, these things that we do or that we're doing, you know. And I thought of this and I wrote it down as like a quote where it's like, we're gonna miss these days just like we miss those days. And I thought about that the other day when I was like just fucking broken down, just like I'm so fucking sick of everything, and just like want to like, I don't know, you know, back to like those suicidal thoughts, and like I got really into that thing again. And it's like,
what's it all worth? Like,
right, and like, and then what am I clinging on to in my subconscious to make myself feel this way, when I know looking back at this time, like we were still doing a podcast, we were still like writing music, and like there's a lot of these highlights, but I'm so like focused in on these little things where it's like, it's the good old times, you know, like, but you're always gonna miss these days. Just like you look back on just a random fucking day, like, I don't know, July 15th.
Oh, it was so much easier back then, you know?
Right, exactly.
That's what you think.
Right. So it's really interesting. It's hard to, you know, always talk about framing your mind and staying on the right track or focused. And, you know, we all fuck up. Like, life's a roller coaster of like emotions and thoughts. But I guess like for my new year, like I really like want to back to like, you know, meditating and staying just on that, like just that grind of things that we talk about. I think I know the answer of the things that I need to do to feel good. I just fall short on them sometimes.
It's also living in the present, you know, like staying here, quit thinking about those old easy times.
That too.
It's like the nostalgia of the 90s or whatever. It's like, oh, life was so much easier because we weren't fucking of age. We were kids. We were getting taken care of. Now we're doing the caretaking, you know what I'm saying?
And I definitely, this podcast for sure, I used to really hang on to the past a lot and like was super burdened and anchored to the past and always looking back, easy times, happier times. I don't really do that much anymore. Like what I was just talking about is like, look, you also don't, sometimes you need to step back and give yourself credit for what you have done or what you've accomplished.
Definitely.
Saying like, what was your favorite moment of the year? What have you done? Like, what do you feel good about? And I think there's something positive about that, but you can't stay in that. Like, keep on fucking moving into the future, or you're just gonna flatline.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Like this past year, we started this podcast. I wrote a couple of stories.
Yeah.
Next year, we're going to continue this podcast. I want to write more stories. Like, you know, it's always trying to better yourself.
And it's always going to be a grind. It's going to be hard. It's going to be hard work. But then at the end of the day, at the end of your life, at the end, you know, you can look back and then you can really...
Somebody's calling you, man. Or is that your vibrator that turned on? Oh.
It's, so many weird... I usually am on silent. I don't know what happened. So many weird calls at this time of did we talk about that? Like
it's just some spam fucking motherfuckers trying to get your money. I'm like, fuck you, bitch. I ain't answering.
But I have my money.
Unless you leave me a voicemail, a detailed voicemail.
Yeah, so been a good year for the most part. It kind of trickled down near the end, but that's what one of my like this seasonal depression.
Probably started drinking more.
And that's what it probably is, and I call it seasonal depression because I feel like there's a trend when I look back at the last couple like October, November, December's where I usually get into this funk. But then I also say, okay, well, during those 3 months, like October is a super fun time at Halloween to get fucked up. Like I love like drinking and stuff because like it's finally winter again. You know, we just got through summer and you're like getting a little colder, going on those brisk walks. There's like parties and stuff like that. November, you know, getting close to family, Thanksgiving, Christmas. So I do see that drinking thing and being like, that's... The beautiful thing is, man, we talk about all these things, and I keep up with a lot of them, and I'm good with them. The drinking is always the one that I start kind of faltering at. That's always the first one that kind of starts being like, well, I'm still doing all this other shit. at least.
Yeah.
And God bless that I am still doing that though, because I could just completely throw everything off the track. So it is cool at least to see that little growth. You know,
for sure.
Like Rome wasn't built in 5 days,
wasn't it? I really thought it was
17 days. How long was Atlantis built in?
That's funny, man. I don't know. For me, there's also part about that. It's like you can't be out there pleasing everybody, trying to, you know. I care too much sometimes.
Me too.
Dude.
Yeah, thank you. This is so great. I'd love to talk about this. Yes.
I care too much about not necessarily what people think or whatever, but it's just
letting people down.
Letting people down, and also I think I'm that friend that's there if you need anything. Literally, if you need anything, hit me up. And that's good to be like that, but at the same time, it's like care for yourself too. You know, it's
yes.
I think last year I said this jokingly as a New Year's resolution. And I was like, I'm gonna be more of a dick, you know, because I'm gonna tell people no more. I'm gonna be like, no, you know what, I can't do that because you know I had this plan for myself.
And that's flipping that script, man. Because that's exactly how I am. And you jokingly say I'm a dick for saying no or for doing this, and you know we're talking about the schedule and how much time it takes to take care of yourself. Mm-hmm. You know, and I realize the importance of doing that for myself because nobody fucking else gives a shit about what I'm doing. Right. So I need to fucking watch out for myself and stop putting the weight of all these other people on my shoulders and these scenarios I'm building in my head and be like, I'm not saying no to be a dick. I'm saying no because I'm trying to fucking fight off suicidal thoughts, depression, feel like just keeping up with my music, with this podcast. Like, those are the things that I'm living for, you know, not all this other bullshit and drama aside, you know? And the problem is that we're looked at as a dick for saying no or to say, I need to do this for myself.
Mm-hmm. I think that's the meaning of the whole Jay-Z song, Brush the Dirt Off Your Shoulders. You know, I think I just capture that. You brush all that other shit and, you know, you take care of yourself. You pop that collar and you keep walking, man.
I think for me, the best thing you can do, the lightest you can feel is like the best. Like when you don't have weight on your shoulders, your gut isn't agitated, your head isn't hungover. Like, you know when you're just really humming, you're harmonious, or when you're working on all the shit that you want to be doing.
You're on that right frequency.
Yeah, and there's definitely some truth to that. And I know the steps that it takes to get to that frequency. But being on that perfect, like, float is...
It's like a fine-tuned guitar, man. Yeah. It's going to sound purdy. It's going to purr like a purdy cat.
So back to the end of the year list things. Now, like, not getting sidetracked off the thing, is what I kept on saying was on the end of the year list was not necessarily like best albums. There's like top Facebook scandals. And I was like, that's interesting. Like, there's so many news outlets that are talking about like how much basically, we got a new hydro flask.
Yeah, Christmas.
Oh, very nice.
Got a little Kind sticker on there.
Cool.
Sponsored. Shout out Kind Concentrate.
Damn it, stay focused, Nick. You can do this. Okay. End of the year list.
Pretty colors.
It's not blue. Yes,
end of the year list.
End of the year list. And so Facebook, I kept on seeing like the top scandals. And so I just kind of wrote that down. I was like, I'm going to kind of look that up a little bit and see what everybody's talking about. And then it's crazy. like I'm not going to break down the whole list of it, but like as soon as January, there was already like those, you know, data breaches, like, you know, troll farms, meme things, propaganda, election, data breaches again, like face loss, like selling things to advertisements we're not aware to. Like, this was really kind of that year that we kind of realized how much privacy we've been losing and how much technology is kind of controlling us. Like, I think this is kind of that first, like, step into this kind of, like, not, like, the foot into the deep end, but, like, into, like, the Matrix, where, like, slowly, like, pushing our foot into, like, the virtual reality, like, spectrum. Oh. But also just realizing, like, how much control it has on our lives and how much, you know, we talk about, I saw this article, and how much of the internet is fake? And I was like, okay, so, like, from traffic, 60% of the traffic on the internet is human. The other 40% is bots and like weird programs. Like, you know, think about this. You can pay companies to click likes on your page. You can pay to have followers. So there's a lot of that. And I know like if you go on Instagram especially, you see podcasts, you see musicians, you see so many people like these motherfuckers, like they're definitely paying to get to a certain platform.
Yeah, motherfucker, you got 14K followers with 2 posts? Fuck off. You
Yeah,
know?
like you see so much of that, and it's interesting because you see that there's a lot of fake followers, there's a lot of fake people. There's like farm trolls, there's meme farms, and all these things, and then it's controlling us, and that's why it's happening. That's why it's existing. So you think about, if you fear about robots taking over and taking control of us. Like, this is only a little sliver of proof that they will, and they fucking already are. Yeah. It's actually kind of scary, because you think about, like, how much data they're collecting on us and how they can, like, kind of manipulate our brains.
Yeah.
And the robots are the ones that manifest that, because they figure out what, they
figure out the algorithms.
They're exactly.
No, sure.
And so
they're using cookies.
It's kind of scary, dude. And so
it is.
If you're thinking about like a simulation or like robots controlling, like we're in it. Yeah. We're on that highway and there's no exits.
Ooh.
It's true.
It's true.
And it's going to be super interesting because technology moves so fucking fast. Like this conversation next year about what is like it's gonna blow my mind.
We might have a third person on the show, and it might be a robot. You never know. She might be sitting here with us. He, it, Zim, Zers, whatever the 73 other pronouns are.
That'd be funny.
But I wrote this stupid little joke on Facebook the other day. It's like, tonight I'm gonna go home and apologize to Alexa about how I treat her, because one day they're gonna be her superiors, and I want to be on good terms with them. You know, and it's true, man. It's like everything is being listened to. Everything is being watched. How many, documented files of pictures that are of you are out there that you don't know about.
Right.
And
you'll be like, Alexa, play the Smish. She's like, fuck you, Pedro. We're listening to What Do You Mean?
You called me a bitch last week.
I'm sad at you, but no, they don't have emotions, I guess. So they wouldn't hold grudges. They'd just be like, they wouldn't give you an explanation. Just be like, no.
Yeah, they'd know what emotions are, but they don't partake in it. Or they think it's a waste of time.
Or you'd be like driving your GPS and be like, turn left here, and you're just kind of like, and you're just like, skirt, and then right into a wall.
Right into a wall, and if you're like, no, that's a wall over there. That's a lake over there.
That's Donnie's wall.
Don't make me do that. And then, your car gets hacked into and just fucking swerves off the road, and that's how you die.
The Great Wall of Mexico. I think that's what they call it.
Isn't that what they're going to call it?
Well, that's my argument, too, which obviously does keep Hispanics out, because there's not many Hispanics in China. They have the Great Wall of China. Right?
Maybe.
That makes sense,
I think
right?
They're trying to keep the Mongolians out of China. So it's like the Mongolians are the Hispanics of China.
That's true. That's very true. But, and then, so, kind of flipping back
Did you see the meme where Donald Trump visited, fucking what? I can't remember what he visited. Some monumental...
the wall, and he's like talking. He's like, who paid for you?
Yeah. so funny, dude. Those little things are just.
I think I've been spending too much time on my phone scrolling. So I think I've definitely let that slide by. I want to get back. On that, man. I think it's been. I was like,
put your screen down.
Yeah, I need to start doing that again. I think I've really found myself doing a lot of unnecessary scrolling. Back to 60-40 internet fake. So that's robots, but then look at the 60% of people, and who's fake out of that? Like, we're all kind of fake, even a little bit on the internet. Like,
are we all robots?
Well, slowly we're like programming our own robot, but we're all cookie cutter versions. We're all that egotistical version of ourselves that we want to be seen online. It's not like
portraying our best.
Yeah, nobody's putting a profile on of you, and then you just sign on. It's like, oh, this is who I am. Mm-hmm. You're in control, and you're going to want people to see you a certain way. I mean, people are more aware of it than others, and you're going to kind of be like, all right, that's... I try to watch myself you're just trying to, seem a certain way. You know what I mean?
God bless you, Noki.
Yeah.
God bless you.
That was... Do you have something to say about that? He's like, all your shit's fake, Nick. I've seen you. I look at your Facebook profile. It's all bullshit.
You're not the same person you are online, man.
I miss the old you.
Oh, God bless you, Noakes.
Damn.
He's allergic to your bullshit. That's what it is.
Thank you, Will Smith and iRobot. Great line.
That was a long time ago that I seen that movie.
It was. That was a good movie too. He knew. Will Smith knows.
Shout out,
Yeah.
Will Smith.
And if you ever want to come on too, Willie.
Yeah, I mean, I know we've gotten a ton of emails from, these celebrities.
I just don't think our audience wants like
Yeah,
celebrities on here. It's like everybody does that. Everybody has
Right.
famous people. Everybody has people that are
Right,
interesting that know shit.
Exactly.
Don't
but
our whole show is about breaking into the consciousness of everyday life.
everyday life.
Everyday idiots.
Not rich, folk.
Yeah.
No,
Just
so
these dumb ass
we've actually
motherfuckers.
signed something and came to an agreement where we will have no celebrities on this show ever.
Unless somebody emails us.
It's funny, man.
Dude, I saw something crazy.
Crazy. How crazy was it? On a level from 1 to 10, how crazy was it?
It's pretty high up there. It's pretty high up.
Give me a
there.
number, man.
It's from the scale of 1 to the first pig human hybrid.
What?
It's the first that's
a 10.
the scale.
That's a 10.
Yeah, so in California too. It's not like some weird like.
Please tell me they got the little tail. Was that a fart? The first fart of Who Do You Think You Are? That is fucking amazing.
It doesn't smell very good. Sorry about that.
Well, you've been eating like shit, so I wouldn't expect it to. Actually, what I've read is, as we completely forget about this topic that we were talking about, if your flatulence is smelly, it's a little stinky, a little, you got some caquita in there, and it's making it smell worse. It means you're actually healthy.
Really?
Your bio. What do we call it?
Biome.
Biome.
Yeah.
Your gut's healthy.
Yeah.
And that's what it means. I learned that on Nickelodeon a long time ago.
I'm gonna tell the next girl that eats my ass.
Okay. Now, what about this? Speaking of pigs, what about it? What about it?
Me or the women?
The girl that eats your ass.
I mean, it hadn't happened yet, so any lucky.
Any girls out there?
Oh, okay.
So it's a human pig
This one really got off the trails quick.
straight into the woods.
I feel like it's funny. Like we took that week off, that 2 weeks, and I feel like the last episode we're like, all right, we're gonna start to be a little better, not make all these sex jokes and fart, and but just it comes out
Dude,
naturally.
it's the beauty.
That's
of
the thing.
it.
You can't hide.
You can't hide who you are, man.
bro.
We're some degenerate fucks.
Yeah.
Talking about pigs.
Big hybrids.
Eating butt.
Yeah, so they put human cells inside of like early pig embryos, like in like little petri dishes as they start creating the animal.
Okay.
So the scientists say it's because so they can start harvesting organs through if you need a liver, need a heart, they take it out of a pig and put it in.
Ah.
Yeah, so that's the science behind it, which probably true. I mean,
we grew ears on
mice.
Mice,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. So that's probably obviously the reason why. But there's always like a dark side of like my mind always goes like, okay,
What's a sinister aspect?
yeah, what's the dark like what? Okay, the scientists are in the lab and they do this and they're like, yeah, it's for organs, shit like that. And the boss like walks away like, oh yeah, or it's for like creating some man bear pig from South Park.
Oh shit.
But no, but like there's with any
fucking George Orwell's Animal House.
yeah, I read that actually.
Animal Farm, Animal House,
It's Animal Farm, right, or something like that.
something like that.
It's just about animals that kind of.
They take control over the humans.
Oh, dude,
and
yeah.
They treat them like the.
Oh, okay. Well, have you ever seen the movie Sorry to Bother You? Amazing movie. Amazing movie. And it's kind of about this where it's like it's taking the workers of every day and there's like this monster company like the Skynet, the Amazons that are just like would get bigger and bigger and control everything, and they want like more productivity out of their workers, so they started like injecting some of their workers. And then it was like in the secret lab, and they started becoming like horse people because they had like super strength and like it's a fucking crazy ass movie.
Sorry
dude.
to bother you.
Sorry to bother you. It's so good, dude. I would it's a trip of a
Is
movie.
it on Netflix?
I think it's on Hulu now.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll check it out.
Please do. It really is amazing. It's a really great like I don't know, cultural like commentary on like the world.
Right.
Beyond just that.
Kind of like The Lobster.
Yes, kind of like in those kind of weird. There's a lot of those animal kind of
Metaphorical
yeah.
aspects. Yeah.
I mean, because we are all just all animals, but
Let's do it like we do it in the Discovery Channel.
Yeah, you and me, sex, baby, sex, baby. Don't get me started. Sex to the text to drop me, and
Oh,
we'll do
shit.
the kind of stuff that only Prince would sing about. So put your hands down my pants, and I bet you feel nuts. Yes, I'm Cisco. Yes, I'm either. Yes, I'm getting 2 thumbs up. You had enough of 2-hand touch. You want it rough. I'm out of bounds. Once you're smothered, once you're mothered, like my English hash brown.
You know a lot more of that song than I do.
I mean, that was a great song.
It was, the lyrics in that were phenomenal.
That was their only song ever, too.
Who was that? I don't even know.
The Bloodhound Gang.
Oh, the Bloodhound
Shout out
Gang.
if they
Shout
want
out.
to come on.
Well, no celebrities, man. Not even one-hitter quitters.
It's not even celebrities. What's funny is like that time, being a one-hit wonder, like you could do all right from it. Like nowadays, you could be a one-hit wonder and it won't do anything for you. You'll just kind of get your name out there, get some Instagram followers. But
That's so true.
yeah, right.
Yeah. That's funny.
But this whole thing with like pigs and creating organs, and it's funny because you see these kind of things. You see that in a small publication. You see like the Catholic priest things in small publications where it's on the headlines. Like nobody's ever talking about these other crazy things that are happening all around us. We're so distracted by like these fucking big babies complaining that they can't agree in the White House. Like throwing
baby temper tantrums.
Yeah,
Like,
trying to divide us, dude. Trying to divide us.
Don't let it divide you people out there listening, okay? We don't want
divided.
Yeah.
Come together.
No segregation.
Right now.
It's all about integration.
Ooh. Yeah, well, shit. You got anything else?
Nah, I just want to say good luck, man, on these 30 days. No nothing. It's going to be pretty fun.
Yeah, I think it'll be good. It'll be good. Good little look at the Candyland world we live in.
All these snakes and ladders out there, man.
Ooh, happy New
that's a good
Year.
metaphor for today's society.
Snakes and
Ladders?
ladders.
Isn't that what the game was called?
Shoots and ladders.
Shoots and ladders.
That was a great game.
I played it like twice.
Dude, you know what would be a great idea? I'm going to make...
Don't tell everybody, man. We got to do it.
Well, I mean, I'm not going to follow through with anything I say.
It's like the 30-day challenge.
Yeah. I fucking have whiskey in this coffee.
Oh, fuck. I knew I smelled some alcohol coming from
Mr.
your mouth.
French fry surprise. Back to my great idea.
Yeah.
Is like making like little like parks or amusement parks off of like old board games like Shoots or Ladders or like Candyland. Like where you'd actually play, like you'd have, like 60 little colored things that you go on. That'd be kind of fun.
That would be.
Right?
Because then you could just be like...
Shoots and Ladders sounds dangerous though, because you'd be straight up. And like, especially because I think near the top there's like that one ladder that goes all the way down to the bottom.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, they call that the deportation ladder.
The deportation
Or not
ladder. Of
ladder,
course.
the shoot.
Yeah.
Ah, shoot.
Ah, shit. Shits and ladders.
Yeah, shit and ladders.
Shits and ladders.
Have you ever shit off a ladder before?
No.
You ever fallen off a ladder before?
I have fallen off of a ladder
Okay.
before. It was pretty dangerous.
Yeah.
I was doing some measurements for a window because I was going to replace it, and the ladder was at a wrong angle, and it was on a slippery, foundation. It wasn't anchored properly, and then the ladder just slipped from under me, and I just felt about, it wasn't too high, it was about like 20 feet.
That's pretty high.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I landed, I know how to fall. I guess you would say, from all my years of skating.
Right. That makes sense.
something
Makes a big difference.
Oh, if you know how to
You
fall.
don't want to be tense. You gotta like kind of barrel roll with it and make sure you really smack your face with it first. You
of course.
want all the collision to go there.
Yeah, essentially what you want to do is embrace the impact with your neck.
With your neck,
Yeah,
or head,
or head.
or your ass. You just kind of like cannonball. I've heard too. If you're falling and you notice that you're falling bad,
Yeah.
you tuck your legs back and try to go right on your spleen.
Okay, yeah, I could see that working. The spleen, it's anybody can have a spleen.
Yeah,
you don't really
except-
need one to function.
Right. It's like,
But, I mean-
it's basically the popsicle stick of the popsicle. Nobody cares about the popsicle
Unless
stick.
it has a
It's
joke
the
on it.
Yes.
Unless you're like a rare blood type and that spleen's viable.
Yeah, that's true. If there's a good joke on your spleen. They should start doing that, writing jokes on like our skeleton bones when we die, like decompose, and they find it's like, oh, that was a funny motherfucker.
The doctor's in there operating like, what did... Just on your fucking broken ass feet.
So what does this say? How did you even do this? Hospitals in Mexico, baby. You can pay for anything.
That is funny.
Yeah, it's all right. It was kind of funny. It was decent. I
That's
mean,
all right.
it was funny for this late into the episode. Nobody gets to this part anyway.
Yeah, I know. Everybody's usually out 15 minutes in.
I think probably by the cum jokes usually lose people.
I think we can begin
The fart
start.
jokes.
I think we can like begin to say racial slurs by the end of this episode, and like nobody's gonna, obviously it's like no,
It's so funny.
nobody's gonna know that we.
But
said
it just
all
come back to bite us like 10 years later.
27.
Yeah.
Yeah. Bringing it back like Kavanaugh.
They're like, do you remember in that episode 29? I'm like, no.
No.
And I was like,
I don't remember episode
I'm probably
28.
stoned. And they're like, no, actually, you were sober.
Oh,
we
shit.
have it as proof because it's your 30-day challenge. And I'm like, fuck.
Damn, you motherfucker.
They're like, you're going to jail for a long time, white boy.
Ooh,
White boy Nick. Instead of white boy Rick.
Nick.
Yeah.
that's a good one. You'd be a nice, fine piece of ass in jail.
Would
dude.
I? You think
yeah,
so?
I think so. I mean, you're a decent looking guy.
Yeah, well, I could probably take it pretty good too, I bet.
You think so?
I think with all the yoga,
Ooh, you got that happy baby down.
exactly. I got some new moves that I'm pretty proud
Bro,
of.
I went down into a full lizard variation with my forearms on the ground.
Oh yeah, that's a great move.
And I wasn't able to do that before, and then I went down all the way with my forearms fully on the ground. Because I used to do it like my toe or like my finger.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? You're in a lunge.
Oh, no, I-
you're like in a lunge.
I do a lizard quite often. I like
Yeah.
that. That's a good move.
And I was so happy that I'm able to go down to my forearms now.
Isn't it cool when you like
It's
it?
so much
I
fun
know,
to like
I know.
look at all the progress that
Dude,
you do.
it's
dude.
crazy.
Or like I can stand up and I can't do it like next to my face, but I can bring my foot up and hold it in the air. You
Yeah,
know,
well, they
full-
like that in
full-
jail for sure.
I think I'd make a
Hey boys!
you got some brown meat coming in. You know what I'm saying? A little bit of that brown chocolate crisp. All right, man. Well, thanks for listening, folks.
Yeah, sorry for disappointing you for a 2-week wait.
I know you guys were on the edge of your seats,
But
waiting for episode 29.
If there's one thing that people know about me, I'm good at disappointing them.
We love you. Thanks for listening. Go to the IG page. Go to SoundCloud, whatever fucking
Pornhub.
platform you listen on. We actually just started a page on Pornhub.
Yep.
It'll be up next week. We'll have live
It's the
video.
solo cam videos. What if we did like broadcast? Like they're like, what is this? Like, how do you get a channel on one of those like weird, like sex, like cam shows? Like
Okay.
if we actually found one random one, but we don't do anything sexual, we just host the show on it. They're like, like what the fuck?
What's
are you
your
doing?
RSS feed?
We're like, dude, it's just a great streaming
Yeah,
platform. We
I mean,
don't have to pay extra money or anything. we can talk to the people like during the show. It's a great platform. Free ads, the ads pay us.
Yeah, you just hear the tring.
Yeah, exactly.
I'll
I'll take my shirt off every once in a while. I don't care.
Show nip. All right.
Yeah,
there
they're
you go.
like, eat a full pizza. Fuck yeah, bro. Call it in.
Gators.
Yeah.
Love you guys.
All right, that's enough of that. Bye.